Hello everyone, welcome to another Kerbal Space Program Throwback Thursday session episode thing. And the date is April 4th, 2016. The previous episode date was wrong. It's supposed to be February 26, 2016, not 2021. Anyway, in this episode, we are looking at the space station. More importantly, what we're doing is, so I'm a little bit further in the campaign, and I am going to launch this nice lander to rendezvous with another payload as part of a discharged rocket, or half of a rocket payload that I was gonna reuse. So it was the start of me thinking of how to do the reusable space program. So there's a discarded part in space, in orbit, and we were going to reattach ourselves to that part. It's actually a part of a rocket, so I used it in an asparagus stage, but didn't fully utilize the fuel, so I'm going to use it to push myself into moon orbit, or at least get me some part there. So here we are seeing myself reconnecting with that part. It actually has enough fuel to get us to the moon, and I remove it just before we hit the trajectory into the moon, so that it just disintegrates on impact. So it's not exactly the most efficient way, but the thing we did is save some money doing it this way instead of having another launch. We'll just use the part that's available right up in the orbit of Kerbin. So here we are. We already detached from that side. We used that rocket, discarded rocket part. And now we're about to land on the moon. So this design, I made it kind of self-contained. There's a tourist and a occupant. I don't think I have a pilot in here, so that's why I had the probe core in there to help me remotely pilot it. Oh, and there's this weird effect with the since I clipped the little docking port, my guy, when you EVA, extravehicular activity, when you exit the craft, it pushed me out the side like it ejected me. Anyway, there's a weird effect when I use a time warp and walk into the other part where I wanted to get science. It looks like that. They actually have a lander down there that's already there conducting science, but it did not have fuel to get back up. That's why I had to do a manned mission. It's similar to the one that I have here, but instead of the bunch of science parts, we got all these, we have a cargo, or a place to have passengers. I think it's called a cabin. Sorry about that. Anyway, Kerbal Space Program is pretty involved. Learning how to do these things did not take overnight, but I had a general understanding of what I wanted to do in the game. I played it a couple hours before I started streaming it. I started streaming it in California. I was actually stationed at a base that launched some cool things. Anyway, so you see me trying to get back to Kerbin. It's in the dark side. There are a couple explosions because there's a stress factor on each part, and depending on where you place it or where you expose to the environment or how fast you are going, it blows up. It has a tolerance. I forget what it's called now. I really should replay this game. Eventually in the next, I wanted to get you guys feedback if you wanted me to actually play the game as part of Throwback Thursday instead of showcasing you my previous streams, because these are from the archives. I recovered a hard drive that was full of streams that I had for a number of years. I've been streaming since 2007 on Justin TV, JTV. I have a couple of those really old streams, but it's in 320 by 240, which was the maximum at the time, and I use Flash Media 5 encoder. That's really old, but anyway, I wanted to ask if you guys wanted me to play the games of the past instead of just showing you the archive. Well, let me know. If you like this video, please leave a like. Want to see more of these? Please hit the subscribe button, ding that bell. I update the content every 3 days. This is John Nezodam signing out. Take care, stay safe, and remember, you're essential.